Previously, on Dandies in Danger.
The interior of the bell tower is decorated with 4 carved faces surrounded by stone wings.
He goes and he looks at the human.
Around the edges, you can see it's actually not fully attached to the wall. Liam places his hands on the head. He is able to move it and reveal a small circular indent.
This is something that the hunters wear.
I just have no idea how we would get a hold of something like that unless we had an ally on the inside.
There is that one person.
We have to find out about the person whose hair you grabbed, what that person's name is, what their rank is, possibly if they seem willing to help us.
You've spent the last 30 minutes of your shift writing down all the names of all the women and their occupations.
Here we have the kitchen. So the objective here is to get some DNA from the kitchen staff.
You could try to distract some of the people who are
chopping with knives.
You could try to surprise them.
That seems kind of mean, but...
It is mean, but you could do it.
He shouts very quickly, "Spider!" And he points.
The lady who you're behind jumps and does prick herself.
And he takes out his handkerchief and he's just, hold it there like that. I'm so sorry, Miss,
Anna.
He takes her hand, even though I know that's quite intimate for back then, and he sort of continues to press down on it.
She blushes really hard.
That's weird, isn't it? The back then times are so complicated.
Now you guys have 3 DNA.
That should be enough for everybody. If one of us is invisible, and then the other 3, we have DNA.
Well, we've got plenty to tell the others.
I consider that a relative success. Well done, Zachary.
Hi, my name is Eli, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hello, I'm Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, pronouns he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast, my pronouns are she, they, and I play the voice of Adrian Edwards.
Okay, it is the end of the day Tuesday. You can hear the bell tower ringing. 5 bells out. It's time for you guys to leave.
We've walked out, we were on the street,
Yes.
and we're basically just going home unless you have any reason to stop us.
No.
Great, I want to
Not
go
yet.
home.
Okay. I presume Liam is also accompanying Zach home.
Yeah.
Because Adrian and Daniel are at Zach's house, and you guys know that.
Yes.
Yeah, and we want to meet up and have a group meeting.
Yes.
Okay. So you take a regular cab home?
Thought he walked, but yeah, sure, we'll take a cab. I'll take a cab home. If
Oh.
Liam's
Liam will treat him.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Had a hard day.
Yes.
Liam's body's sore. So,
Oh, right.
So he's like, yeah, let's call a lift. And Zach's like, no, I can walk. And he's like, I'm just, for you. I would like for you. Let's go home. And
Yeah. I accept that as a canon character note for Liam.
Cute. So you guys make it safely without event to Zachary's home. You feel that protection of the ward. Daniel and Adrian are lying on the ground with their eyes closed, meditating
Oh, okay, question.
Meditating.
Are they laying
or sleeping.
Are they laying on their backs?
Yes.
Oh my god. As soon as Liam walks in, he runs over. Adrian? Daniel?
Huh?
Oh.
They both look. They open their eyes and look at you.
What are you doing on the floor?
We were meditating. This is how you do it, yes?
Right. Yes. Meditating.
Yeah, he's rubbing his eyes. He's sitting up. Yeah, we're meditating.
Mm-hmm. Smiles,
They
Zachary.
yawn.
We made a lot of progress, I think.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Do you know how to perform any of the spells that you've...
Oh, we have ingredients. Daniel
yes,
points
Ollie.
at the ingredients Ollie brought.
Oh,
Ollie
Zachary
got them over.
sighs. He's got a lot of work ahead of him.
All of the oil is there. All of the olive oil.
That's
All of the olive oil.
a lot of oil.
Well, it has to cover your whole body,
Your
right?
entire body.
My entire body. This little cat comes over and he just picks it up and he says, "You should be fed." And just walks away with his cat.
Adrian looks over at Liam. So how did it go? You're both alive, which is a relief.
I would say,
thank God.
I would say we had a relative success.
Liam got in a fight.
What?
Well, no, it was not a fight. It wasn't, a scrap or anything like that. But I did. Well, I had a duel with one of the squires and one of the knights of the church.
What did you do?
Oh my god.
What did you do?
Why
did they duel you?
He got his sweat, is what he did. He heroically went in there, went through 5 rounds with a squire, managed to go up to a knight, and after defeating said knight, might I add, he offered him his handkerchief, which the moron took, and then absolutely wiped his brow with it like an idiot. It was amazing. You guys should have been there. Of course, I was being hunted at the time, so I couldn't really watch it.
Hunted?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Oh, yeah. I ran into...
There's a very unpleasant man there. Zachary was incredibly brave, but this person sort of had a sense about Zachary and was sniffing after him, so we'll have to keep our eyes out. Liam will describe the gentleman to Daniel and Adrian.
That sounds horrifying.
It was. My hope is that he forgets about me, because he couldn't really find anything, about me, although he did almost, at one point,
But the point is that he hasn't had any proof yet.
Yes.
Or else things would have turned out much worse for Zachary, I imagine.
Right.
But Zachary did, in the heat of the duel and in the chaos and confusion, manage to get a strand of hair from one of the other hunters. At least we assume that this person is also a hunter.
We have no idea who this other person is,
But we've got a list.
We've got a list that I'm going to study after doing all of this, he says, pointing to the ingredients.
Can I read you the ingredients? We read a bit more of the book. We came upon some spells that might be of use to you.
Fantastic.
Would you have need for open sesame?
Yes.
Is that what it says on the tin? That would be perfect, Zachary. That works wonders for that secret door we found in the bell tower.
We found a secret door in the bell tower, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. You don't know that your work has secret passages until you really get out of your office and search around. We think that's a way into the lower levels. We have sweat and blood and hair from people.
Blood?
There was an incident. I wouldn't worry about it. She's fine.
Excuse me?
She's fine. Anyway.
Adrian looks very alarmed and he looks at Liam.
You hurt a woman.
No,
I didn't. Well, she cut her... She slipped.
The pair of you.
No.
No.
She cut her hand on a knife. It was an accident,
We
right,
were in
Zach?
the kitchen. It was an accident, and then I went over to her after maybe having shouted Spider behind her, and she
The
jumped
light bulb goes off in Liam's head. Zachary!
I know. Look, I don't feel good about it, and
Liam genuinely thought it was an accident.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He had no reason to think that there wasn't a spider, or that Zach wouldn't be jumpy around him.
I thought you knew.
I just thought you hated spiders.
I do hate spiders. Well, sort of. Well, no, actually, I like spiders. Look, that's not the point. The point is, we got everything we needed in order for you 3 to have disguises.
Oh, excellent.
Nobody was permanently hurt. And besides, she kept staring at me very strangely, but
She was
kind.
very fond of you, Zach.
She was what?
Oh, you saw the way she was looking at you.
Don't tell me that. Now I feel even worse. All right, well...
She seemed quite smitten.
Oh my god.
She seemed very sweet, but... Look, anyway. We have everything we need. I'm pretty sure we just need to pour over the spells, figure out the names of some of these people. Oh, the one with he takes out the blood handkerchief. The one with the blood, her name was Anna. He puts it down on the table. Liam, take out yours.
Liam takes out the sweaty hanky and says, this hunter was named Charles Wickham. Oh!
Excuse me?
Charles Wickham? I thought it was just Charles Wickham.
No, I was going to mention to them that this was one of the people that we had seen in a previous certain excursion, but it really wouldn't mean much to them, would it?
No.
But fortunately, he didn't recognize us, so that's all good.
Wait.
Great.
Oh.
Alright.
Well, good for you having your memories and all that.
Now remember, we did the noble thing.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
We were the heroes of that
Yes.
adventure.
Zachary's shoulders slump a little, but he shakes his head.
And the hair you said you had?
Yes, that's the one that we don't have the name for.
Takes it out of his pocket, and he sort of tries to bundle it up a little before he realizes that's stupid, because he has no string, and he just sort of puts it on the table. I'm gonna get a different handkerchief for this. He walks away. But yes, we don't have her name yet, but we do have... Lays it on the handkerchief. a list of names that belong to the women there. I don't know what I'm going to do with this other than read it over and try and figure this out and then maybe...
And just guess who that might belong to.
Who, by the way,
If only I had some divination spells.
you all might be interested to know, is our jester friend from the gambling table.
What?
Mhm.
What, honestly?
Yes. The hunter that Zach managed to grab a piece of hair from was the jester at the gambling table, if you all happen to recall.
That stole your last coin?
Yes.
Well, if you know that they're a hunter, won't that narrow it down?
Are they a hunter, or are you just using that to generally?
Well, they had a key to the lower levels. That's all we really know.
That is all we really know.
Well, let's see that list then, Zach.
Alright. Eisenborough Evelyn, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Bix Beatrice, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Collins Esther, cook, kitchen, ground floor. I'm sensing a pattern here. Fanweather Sarah, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Fauna Gertrude, seamstress, hunter's workshop, 4th floor. Hunsford Holly, librarian, expertise library, 3rd floor. I believe we had a conversation with Hunsford. Jan's Deirdre, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Kent Mary, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Merrow Janice, cook, kitchen, ground floor. Neem, okay, let's see. The ones that are actually... Oh, Worm's Blood, Ari, seamstress, hunter's workshop, 4th floor. So the 2 4th floors that we have are Fauna Gertrude and Worm's Blood Ari.
It's a very foreboding name.
Worm's Blood?
Yes.
Yes, it is a foreboding name.
Is that a requirement for working at the church?
Uh-huh.
And they're both seamstresses then?
Yes, Fauna Gertrude and... Yes, Ari are both seamstresses. They must fix up the hunter's gobs when they get ripped open on missions and things like that.
Ari and Gertrude. So it's a 50% chance of guessing which one it is.
With a 50-50 chance, does seem at the very least whoever ends up turning into them should keep both names in mind. Answer to both anyway.
Alright.
Exactly. If someone were to call across a room to you, either with Gertrude or with Ari, then you know what to keep your ear out for.
Alright.
Oh, if it's alright with everybody, I sort of wanted to use the Scrying Mirror at one point to get a look at the angels.
Well, certainly, if it'll allow you to do that.
I think so.
Maybe we should have done that sooner.
Seek audience with demon and or angels. Yes. It will allow me to seek audience with and hopefully maybe spy on them.
Do we need to know their names?
That wasn't a part of the instructions.
I suppose it's worth a try, and if it doesn't work, it's about as much information as we already have.
That's a very good point.
It'd be good at least to know who we're looking for.
That's true.
So Zachary goes to where he had wrapped up the Scrying Mirror and comes back to where everybody else and sort of says, alright, before I unwrap this thing, everybody take a good step back. Don't want everybody's faces to be seen in this thing.
Will you be alright, Zach?
Should you put on one of your little cloaks that will just cover your face?
Ah! He nods.
Good idea.
And he goes and he puts that on so that his visage is disguised, and then he unwraps it and takes a look in.
Are there a lot of lights in the room?
The fire's probably burned down by now.
Okay.
The
so
little ember.
It is dimly lit. So go ahead and add your arcane.
Okay.
Roll good. Roll good.
Yes,
Good luck.
Thank you. Oh, that's pretty sweet arcane. Not bad. Oh, 19, 22, and 22. He's a magic man, mama.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You've got your eyes are just on top of it. Special magic eyes.
Spooky magic eyes.
So you are sitting there quietly for a couple minutes, and then you vaguely see some movement.
I see something. He's gonna try and pull more intention out and focus it into the mirror.
You kind of see smoke moving as if it's clearing out, and you can't see your own reflection because you've got no face right now.
Mm-hmm.
So this makes your vision even clearer, and you see a bright orb, and the more you stare at it, the more it looks like there's something moving inside. Like it's a thin membranous egg of some sort with something inside of it.
It's something. It's like a light, but not quite.
It starts to back away and fade, but then you see another light of the same kind. Then that backs away and fades, and you see a third one. So you see 3 egg-like structures with light coming out of them.
Okay.
Whatever's inside is writhing, and you sense that they are in pain. And then that fades into the fog. And then, very clearly, you see a scurrying little creature as it moves through the smoke, and it turns and looks towards those eggs, and then it rushes off into the smoke. And by its shape and by its movement, you recognize that it is the civet that you saw with that pirate-looking guy at the card table.
What? Zachary immediately says this. It's the... What? I saw 3 lights. I'm seeing 3 lights, and then I saw a strange, small... The creature that was on the man at the card table. It scurried by this. I don't understand. I don't even know where I'm looking into. I thought it was just its own little dark space with these 3... What is that thing?
Is that person in the church as well?
I don't know. I don't know if they're there or if they're also involved somehow. They couldn't possibly be with the church. Could they? Well, one of them is... I mean, the Juster character was, but...
Yeah, apparently they
both with
work
the church?
there. What's going on?
I'm not sure. He says, and he goes and he wraps it all back up. And
So
he
they
backs-
Perhaps we're not the only ones trying to enact a rescue mission.
Well, I hope it's not more people that will try to be thwarting us. He looked formidable.
He did look formidable. But
That's the eye patch.
But if he's on our side, he also seems like he could be maybe trustworthy.
Yeah. Well, he did. It's true he didn't want to cheat at cards.
Oh,
Didn't he have a whole person, though?
I'm sorry?
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
That fellow who left with him.
weird person at the table.
Huh?
You won't remember this because it was like 3 months ago.
You got... Zachary would remember this better than anyone because when you rolled poorly and you were trying to make your way to the beaded curtain, you got booty bounced into a booth with a very scary looking pale man in a hood who was reading tarot, and the only thing he said to you was name.
Oh.
Like pointing to himself, right?
Yeah. Pointing to himself and saying name, as if asking you.
And then didn't we see him leaving with the...
We
And
did.
then you saw Manoj, that's the name
Manoj.
that is the name of the pirate-looking guy, snap his fingers, and the man got up as if in a trance and followed him.
And did we...
Good remembering.
Thank you. Did we hear something about how, like, oh, you won somebody or you won a name in a game of cards? Because I feel like I remember there was something where it's like, oh, you won...
7 years ago when you won that cadaver off of me.
When you
won
won
that
that
cadaver.
cadaver.
That was it.
Oh.
Okay, so that's why, as a player, I was like, the fellow in the booth, perhaps?
What on earth is Manoj doing? And who the hell is Manoj? Ah.
I really don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I don't think we'll be able to.
Well, Adrian, at this point, actually, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to do this. In fact, if you want to sit out of all of this
Oh, no.
and let us and Liam
Ugh.
go into danger,
Adrian puts his fucking hands to his temples.
but really, we would all understand, Adrian, especially Liam, who would be going in there.
He's just having a mental breakdown as you're saying this to him. God. What?
Adrian, we have a disguise for you.
Great.
Yes, we have 3 disguises, it seems, if you can figure out that woman's name. Zachary has a card that they check every time he enters the church. Surely everyone else will as well.
Well, bollocks. Then what are we supposed to do?
Well, there is actually.
I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let you go in. I will do it.
Oh, Adrian. I want... Well, I would say no, but I want you to be in the episode, so...
Thanks. I mean, I do too. What were you going to say?
One thing in terms of getting in is that Mass is tomorrow, and so if we all enter in through there,
Yes,
then
I
we
am a
could
good Christian boy.
we could don our disguises and enter freely that way with the rest of the public.
You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot because I don't attend Mass on Wednesdays.
Right, and then we'd just be in the grounds,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Oh, because the cemetery's open to the public, which means we could all go. There's also possibly a secret passageway. Someone has to equip the Open Sesame so that can be opened. And also, it's possible that will just be relatively a good thing to just have.
Should we have a couple of them?
I think
Open Sesame?
Yes,
I think that's
so.
a marvelous idea, because wherever these angels are being held, I would be wildly surprised if it remained unlocked.
It's, of course, not going to be unlocked.
I'm going to have to use up all my nice jewelry.
I'll buy you more.
Oh. He blushes. Thank you.
I forgot that they can just do that.
That they can just buy jewelry like it's nothing. I know, it's crazy.
Luxury.
I'm very discerning about what I pick up.
Meanwhile, I'm over here worrying about how much candle wax I'm using per night.
I know. Reusing tea leaves.
Look.
You're not supposed to tell anybody that I do that I reuse tea leaves.
I reuse tea leaves.
You do that too?
Yes,
I thought that was just me. God, we're poor. Anyway.
God, we're gonna die.
No, we're not gonna die.
All right.
I'm sorry, I
what's
forget
the
to
plan?
get mad when I say that.
So we want to go into Mass, go to your bell tower, perform Open Sesame.
And go into the presumably secret tunnel that is hiding there. Or passageway.
We're gonna need
Is it a door?
Yes.
And these will be able to be taken onto the grounds?
Yes,
That's why we need help from Ryan. Or possibly Fergus.
We could get the both of them. I would enjoy seeing the two of them in one room.
Perhaps
Same.
they could shed some light on...
Perhaps they could give us
Manoj.
some more bollocking information.
Adrian's got a point.
Thank you. We should call them.
All right.
Daniel pulls out the angel feather that he carries on him. Well, we know how to summon one of them.
How do we summon the other?
Liam pulls out the card,
That's
the
for the
business
Grand
card.
Grimoire.
No, I think Ryan gave him a card.
It was for
Oh,
the
it
Grand
was
for the
Grimoire.
Grand Grimoire.
He
Oh,
says
fine.
whenever there's shadows around, we can call his name.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That is what Carrion said.
Wow.
you.
Good job.
Damn good memory.
Good job.
Thank you. I edit the episodes.
All right.
Oh, we're calling Fergus now.
Oh, are we?
Are we doing it now?
Oh.
Oh.
I mean,
pulled
I
out the
suppose
feather.
time is of the essence.
Oh, never mind. I suppose we should give them something to convert, right?
Should we tidy up first? Not to say it isn't tidy in here. I look. I didn't mean it that way. I just thought in case
Adrian
if
and
you
I
ha-
made a bit of a mess earlier.
Yes, there's.
Slovenly humans.
We don't know how to start a fire.
You don't know how to start a fire?
Zachary always does it.
You see, and Ollie
You
always does
always
it
do
for
it.
me.
I thought I always did it because I didn't know you didn't know how to start a fire.
Well, we did figure out something, but the point is, I wasn't. It was. We need to collect a few items first, anyhow.
All right. Let's figure out which pieces we need. We need... Gosh.
How many things?
We need several pieces of jewelry now. I suppose one open sesame for each of us.
Seems wise.
I'm so sorry. I promise I will replace these for you two. Is there any other glass jewelry perhaps you have on hand? Or anything else? Any sort of... It seemed like a stone or gem of some kind.
Zachary gives him kind of a weathered look and he goes, I have my grandmother's jewelry.
No, you're not touching that.
But, I mean...
It breaks after you use it.
But,
You're not touching it.
well, she's not using it, he says, and he storms away.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Comes back with some of it. Look, I'm not giving you all the precious things, but, well, I can't wear it, you know, and I'm not going to wear it.
Well,
Oh, you could. I'm sure some of this would go nicely with your eyes.
He blinks at Adrian.
Well, I'm just...
No, thank you, that was nice. He says he's sort of a little shy from that because he doesn't get those sorts of compliments, and he just takes out sort of the glass ones that he knows are not expensive. His grandmother owned a lot of cheap jewelry. There is not really anything expensive in this house, I would say, so he just sort of takes out everything and closes it.
it doesn't look like we need any ingredients for the open sesame.
Oh, good. Thank God.
It just says to use intention and say
All
open
right.
sesame until it works.
Wait, hold on. In that case, he goes to the front door, locks it, and then just stands back and let me get a D20 out. Holds his hand out and just says, open sesame.
I got an 8.
11.
It unclicks.
Ha! It works. Adrian,
Oh.
come practice. Liam, you too. And Daniel, on your own pace.
I do not need an item for this.
There's no item, it's just intention.
Oh. Wait, what? We can do magic on our own?
You didn't know that?
Well, I thought it all had to be put into something.
Well,
Daniel tries it.
I think you have
It
to-
doesn't work.
You have to say the word. You knock.
Open sesame.
You have to lock the door as well.
Oh, he locks it. And he blushes. He's embarrassed.
Did you guys drink while we were gone?
No. Why would we?
Never.
Okay. I trust you.
He looks at Adrian. like I hope he doesn't put it. And he puts his hand on it. Open sesame.
No, with intention.
I am doing it with intention.
What?
I've been meditating on intention all day.
He puts his hand on...
So you're supposed to place it on the lock.
Oh, he touches it. Open sesame.
Again.
You have to just keep doing it.
Open sesame.
Oh, you're terrible at magic.
Well,
I only have a
look,
+0 arcane modifier.
I don't know what you expect from us.
It's not working.
Why doesn't it work for you?
Well,
We're not witches.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Look,
So we
the only
should still
thing-
need the item then.
Okay.
Yes. The only thing I think we can use our innate intention for is to put it into objects. That's as much as I've been able
Now
to
hold
parse.
on a minute.
Yes?
If Zach can just cast this at any moment.
Yes, but what if we're separated?
Oh, I
So You'll seem to think we will be.
I think it would be a good idea for all of us to have one on us.
Well,
Yes.
that's true.
Just in case.
My
Zachary
jewelry.
probably won't need one.
I'm my own open sesame.
Yes.
Wow.
Zach, would you mind charming a few of these for us?
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Zachary just sort of goes ahead and has made all the necessary spells and things with all the jewelry that has been given to him.
Do we want to go over who has what?
Zachary has just these things on hand that he doesn't need the jewelry for. He has the 2 cantrips, the cantrip of light, the cantrip of deflect. The 3 spells he can use are invisibility, full revival, and shield. We've decided, has 1 ring harboring a spell of persuasion, and I want this in case the Manus starts coming after Zachary again, because Zachary isn't going to be disguised, so if he starts kind of hunting him again, my hope is that Zachary can use this spell of persuasion to tell him to bugger off for 15 minutes.
Daniel's got shared sight. He also has the spell of waking, which awakens anyone from a magical slumber. He has lightning ball, which is an offensive weapon. He has mimicry, and he has open sesame.
Adrian also has open sesame and mimicry. And he also has persuasion, unbinding, and distraction.
Liam has mimicry, summon weapon, gravitas, and then the newest one that he got was another open sesame.
So who's going to disguise as who?
Well, Liam's going to be Charles.
Yes. When I sparred against him, I got sort of an idea of what sort of man he was.
Zachary nods.
Wish I could have seen it.
It was really quite something.
He sighs wistfully.
I think...
And these other people?
Adrian, how about you be the seamstress?
All right.
You seem to have their pluck, and...
Also, he doesn't know how to cook.
You don't know
I
how to cook?
don't know how to cook.
You know how to cook, though.
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
I will blend into a kitchen perfectly.
And you can blend anything in a kitchen because you're good at cooking. That was dumb. Anyway.
We didn't have blenders back then.
Shut up. Shut up. Alright, anyway.
How's Zachary looking? Is he a little peaky after having imbued all of these items with his intention, or is it
He's a bit tired.
he's a bit tired?
A bit drained.
We'd better go soak in some olive oil.
That's
he
true.
starts taking his cravat off, all
Rosemary and thyme.
That's
very
true.
salty and
Slather you, put you in the oven.
Why does my boy have to be soaked in all invisibility?
Yes.
Yes.
He
And you can wash it off afterwards.
Okay, I
I
will.
still smell
I will
nice,
be kind to you, and because you have chosen invisibility as one of
Why?
your spells, do you want to get soaked in olive oil?
No, well.
Okay.
No, what was your kindness?
Then
Tell me
you'll
anyway.
you'll have to. Okay, my kindness is that you perform the spell once, and then at any time you can access it again and again and again if you need to, because because it's one of your spells and not something that you're imbuing.
Okay. So does
I
that
feel
mean
like-
I still have to soak in olive oil once?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And just to clarify, the spells on this spell list, is this something that would need the equivalent of a long rest before you can use it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So we really can only do invisibility once.
But,
Okay.
if on some future adventure, he wouldn't have to continue soaking in olive oil.
I hope.
Right?
Yes.
Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You only have to perform it once.
So I'm
Okay.
just saying that as in terms of game mechanics, so it's not confusing to the listeners.
That makes
Zach
sense.
can't go into the church and then as soon as invisibility runs off, just be like, invisible! And go invisible
Yeah.
again the entire time they're trying to do this rescue mission.
That's true.
There's
That's
still
true.
some stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, he just sort of says to the others, you can summon Fergus if you'd like, so I'm going to soak in olive oil, he says, and walks away with a jug of olive oil to the bathroom.
Very continental.
Okay.
You said that joke already, I think.
I know.
Sorry.
That was meant to be a callback.
Oh.
That's okay.
Oh, good callback.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've got an angel feather.
Liam kind of tidies his hair up a little bit.
Are we calling Carrion as well?
I hope so.
You better be calling Carrion, he yells from the bathroom.
Okay.
Right. How do we do that?
You just say the names, I think. Well, you hold your little feather and think of Sir... What's his name? Derbyshire?
Fergus Derbyshire. Daniel holds the feather and he closes his eyes and he thinks. And he does some of that intention meditation that you guys practiced. And then he opens his eyes. He looks around and he can't really tell if it worked or not. I hope he's on his way.
It might
I
take him
thought
a
he
little
would just
while.
appear. Is it really just as if we've sent him a letter? He doesn't just appear.
You guys hear hoofballs and you hear his carriage. And you know it's his carriage because you hear 4 horses and his particular creaking
Oh, well, all right.
outside of Zachary's.
We should call Ryan quickly before he comes inside, because I don't think he'll like it.
Adrian, do you want
Yes,
to
do
do
that
that?
quickly.
You've been practicing with your intention.
Yes. Where's the darkest corner of the room? I'll go over there.
Zachary's house does have a basement area. It also has an attic.
I don't want to go in there. You just said shadow.
I mean, if it's dark now, the shadows are pretty deep. You could also use the kitchen. The kitchen isn't lit right now.
Okay. And I'll be, well, Liam, perhaps you could come with me.
All right.
Oh, thank you. All right. We go into the kitchen, and Adrian, Carrion? Ryan? Hello? He tries to center himself. I am looking for Carrion. Hello?
They also, I think, feel something about the house drop.
Oh, Zachary drops the wards?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as Adrian is staring perhaps at a shadowy corner, he kind of gets the sense that that shadow is very deep, or it has just become very deep, as if it's like a hole that he's looking into. And he senses something looking back at him.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
I thought you would never call.
Well, Adrian's much more freaked out by him than he thought he would be.
Cat got your tongue.
No! No. Come in. It's not my house, but come in.
Don't mind if I do. And then smoke comes out of the shadow like a bunch of ribbons of black, and Carrion forms himself in front of you and steps down lightly onto the ground.
Well, good evening. How are you?
Is that why you called me? To ask what a good evening I'm having?
If you like.
I suspect you need something more.
Alright, well, yes, we need assistance with this horrible mission you sent us on, so if you'd like it to be accomplished, we need your help.
You also hear a knock on the door.
And we may have invited a friend.
His eyes flick to the door. Oh, goody.
Well, let's retire back into the whatever the hell room it is.
Daniel
It's not
opens
a
the
living
door.
room.
Hello, Fergus. Mr. Derbyshire, please come in. Fergus pauses for a moment and kind of like feels the door again and to make sure nothing's blocking him, and then he walks in. Did you need something? What the hell is he doing here? Points at Carrion.
And then Daniel slams the door behind him
And
so
locks
that he can't get out.
Let me out! What are you divining?
Look, if you
Now
want
there's
us...
4 captured angels in this city.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
Look, if you want us to succeed on this suicide mission, we need your help with getting a few tools.
You want to help them, don't you, Fergus? Well, of course. Yeah.
Alright, well, here we all are.
We've called you back again because we've run into a small bit of an issue with the items that we need to bring in with us into the church. So we've got a few things that might tip the scales in our favor, but we're afraid that it's going to set off the alarms once we enter the church. So we did a bit of research in the library, and it said that angelic magic is what was used by the church. So, a higher power with a pact, which we're still a little bit fuzzy on what that means.
Yes, what would that entail?
But that would enable us to bring these items into the church undetected. So would either of you have any idea about that?
I certainly do. I've never heard of that. I don't feel comfortable with that.
Excuse me. You've never heard of it. You were You're in a
Yeah.
pact with an angel.
He has indeed heard of it. He just doesn't want to do it with you. No, I don't mind making a pact with... No, it's a heavy thing. It's a heavy thing.
Well, what does it entail? Are we selling our souls to you?
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Is there any
Uh,
I'm joking.
junior
you're
version?
joking?
I'm joking.
Oh.
Christ. Sorry. Well, what does it entail?
It entails that you would have power from us.
Yes, but is there anything we'd be trading away or owing you for the use of this power?
He smiles.
Do you know?
Service and worship.
What, like, pray to you?
Precisely.
Ew.
Well, Fergus, why don't you want to do that?
Well, and,
Low self-esteem.
my self-esteem has nothing to do with it. No, it's magic.
Oh, it's magic, not miracles.
Sometimes angels can be tricked into making pacts with people and they become enslaved by them.
Do you think we'd do that? I mean, Liam here's Catholic Protestant.
Plenty of Catholics can enslave angels.
Well, not this one.
I don't know that.
Well, we do.
I don't know you. Not very well.
Well, we don't know you.
This is all going really well without Zachary.
You know us well enough to send us on this mission.
Yes.
He takes his hat off and rubs his brow.
Look.
That is true. Fuck.
If you-
Honestly, I feel like, as a service, you could offer us this pact, since we are, in fact, going to save your brethren, and for you, he turns to Carrion, we are preventing greater competition in your area.
So do us a favour, please.
Gladly, I can offer my pact to you without any price. Simply in hoping that you fulfill your duty. If you do not, I may just come calling.
That might be the best we can hope for. The best offer.
I don't want you worshipping me either. That's just...
Now I'm starting to feel offended.
First he called us stinky, and now he doesn't even want the likes of us to be worshipping him.
No, the only thing that should be worshipped is God. Not me. I'm a person.
They hear a door open and somebody walk upstairs. That's it.
Oh, that's Zachary, by the way.
Yes, well, what does he think of all this?
He told us to call Carrion.
And me?
Yeah. Let's get it over with. We need your help to give us these tools to help us do the thing so we can make it happen and not die.
Do it, Angel. Please.
Look, he said please.
Well, it's too dangerous to do it here.
What?
Zachary is now dressed and coming down the stairs. Oh, good, you're here.
It's too dangerous to do the sort of magic you want to do. Yeah.
Where are we supposed to do it then?
Well, you see, Fergus would have to be present, and he can't be if you put your wards up. But if you keep your wards down, anyone else could come in.
Well then, where
Where would you recommend?
I would recommend Fergus's place.
Mm.
Why my place? It's divinely protected, and you can enter it.
Zachary nods. and
Well,
looks
I
around.
haven't cleaned up. Karen just looks at him like this is the world here, man.
Look, we've been places.
Fine. Get in the carriage then.
Field trip.
They all go on a
Alright.
field trip to Fergus's house.
Alright!
Karen rides in the carriage with you guys.
Oh, nice and snug. Fucking 5 of us in there.
Sitting next to him, you don't feel anything.
Interesting. You can't feel him physically there.
Nope, you can't feel him physically there.
You're rather a spectral being, aren't you? Says Zachary.
Quite.
What's that like?
I don't know how to describe it. I've only ever known this.
He nods thoughtfully. He just sort of goes, yeah, I suppose. So you were never a person. I mean, a human.
No. Not
Wow.
since the beginning of time.
You've been around the block then, I suppose.
You could say I have.
Why do you consider this your London?
Because it is mine.
What do you do?
I keep the balance.
The balance. Between what?
Light and dark.
Adrian leans over to Liam and mutters, well, he's not doing a very good job either.
Well, there is sure to be a little of chaos.
This seems like quite a lot.
Yes.
Church
That is
invokes.
why we are here to keep the balance.
Church invokes a lot of chaos.
Could someone not smite the church? Have it dealt with?
You're asking something very large that would tip the scales.
I have a question. In the book that Liam and I discovered about the church, about magic and all those different kinds, angelic magic is the type, of course, that allows the hunters to do what they do.
Yes.
Do you know if the entire church is in a pact with one being, or do you suspect that there are different angels, he says with air quotation marks, that they might be making pacts with?
I do not know what goes on in that horrid building.
He nods.
It's quite frustrating.
On another note, do you have any other horses in this game aside from us? We've recently come to learn that there might be other parties involved in this particular mission. Have you enlisted any champions?
His eyes light up with recognition for a moment.
I don't like this fella.
Adrian.
Oh, Death's poor student.
Sorry,
Death-
what?
Death's poor student.
Never you mind.
No, rather...
We do need to mind, actually, because if there are other people doing this, we could perhaps use their help.
You don't want your help from the likes of him.
So you didn't enlist him, he's just around. And you said him. Are you speaking of Minoj?
That poor fool. Yes.
Poor fool.
Well, what's his problem?
Oh, many.
Great, okay, we're not getting anywhere. Let's just all be fucking quiet until we get to Fergus's house.
About Manoj, is he going to be in competition with us? Is he in there for his own devices?
Who can say?
Great, see what I told you. No help. Everyone, shush.
The carriage pulls up to a small, dark residence squeezed between many taller buildings. A squat little dump bearing the abusive age, much like its owner. Fergus leaps down and opens the door for you all.
This is it.
That's alright.
Zachary just looks over at Adrian.
It's all I have.
Your house is lovely.
Thank you.
As his hands fumble for the keys, he says,
Now mind you, I didn't know anyone would be over today, so
How bad can it be?
his expression goes dark and he says,
don't judge me too harshly, I beg you.
Well, it's, God will be the one doing that, I suppose.
Zachary can't help but to laugh at that. But he's trying to hold her back to be polite.
He opens the door, and it reveals a cramped little gray abode with towers of books and boxes, atop which there are scribblings of notes, empty teacups, feathered quills, and ink pots. Sad pieces of old furniture speckle the floor where there isn't a maze of book piles. Before Fergus can excuse the mess any further, an eruption of dog barks assaults you, and two mutts of indiscernible breed launch themselves at Fergus, licking him fervently, their tails wagging so strongly their entire back ends are pulled into the motion.
Hi, Gus, Jasper.
Fergus says and rubs their heads. The grey lanky dog with stringy hair, a missing ear, and a hoarse bark spies. Everyone roll d20.
I don't have mine out.
Do I add perception or just...
No,
Okay,
just a...
it's just a 9.
2. 19.
Okay. The grey lanky dog with stringy hair, a missing ear, and a hoarse bark spies Adrian and bounds to you, reaching your height and licking you in the face.
Oh god.
Jasper, down!
Oh.
But Jasper does not listen. He's too excited.
Oh, hello. Hello, chap. Hello. How are you?
Jasper is very excited and lovey.
Adrian pets him a lot.
Jasper's very happy with this. And Jasper, Fergus is like, Jasper, down! And helps the dog get down.
Adrian wipes his face.
Everyone roll d20 again.
Should've
Or not Adrian. You already got attention.
Oh, I got a 1.
Aw.
I got a 6.
Okay. The three-legged, short-haired brown dog bounds over to Liam and wags his back end immensely, trying to jump a little to reach you.
Oh.
Liam kneels down and gives him a good pat on the head. Hello, are you Gus?
Yeah, that one's Gus. Gus wags his tail.
Oh, what a friendly chap.
Zachary walks in further. He's kind of interested in the books and stuff.
Zach, as he walks in further, he feels a furry little something brush against his leg. When he looks down to see what it is, he spies an old cat with eye sockets that have been sewn shut for a very long time, perhaps since they were a kitten. It meows hoarsely at you in a voice not dissimilar to its curmudgeonly owner.
Oh my goodness. Who are you?
That's Linus. He's blind.
Oh. He immediately forgets what he was doing, and he bends down and pets Linus.
He likes to be held sometimes.
He picks him up. Does he?
Linus goes like limp like a ragdoll kind of and loves and purrs really hard and loves being held.
Oh my gosh.
And Linus spends a lot of time sniffing you to get to know you. And the dogs are also sniffing Liam and Adrian. All right, stop. Fergus still has 3 crows on him. So there's 6 animals in the room. Fergus takes off his coat and rolls up his sleeves and puts his things away, and you all kind of make it further in. Carrion also kind of glides in with you all and finds comfort in a lot of shady nooks and crannies in this place.
Actually, it's not that bad, says Zachary, looking around. In fact, to Fergus, it's quite inviting, actually, given the company that's already here.
Oh, you're just saying that.
Well, either way.
Anyway, I suppose we should get to work, right?
Yes, these pacts. He has not put the cat down and is in fact still petting it.
Linus doesn't mind. The dogs have calmed down, and they are doing whatever they want now. Walking around doing what they want.
We've got a bunch of jewelry. No, that's not it. Yes? Are we putting the packs on the jewelry?
Yes.
I believe
For
so.
ourselves?
You are making pacts with us.
The jewelry
Okay.
can't make the pact.
Oh, alright, well, how do we do it then? Let's get down to business.
Well, you have to choose who you should like to make the pact with.
I feel as though I know your decision, Zachary says, looking to Liam.
Well, if Fergus will have me.
Fergus seems shocked by that. his arms are crossed. He seems very nervous about this whole thing and about that you're in his house, seeing how he lives.
Of course. I mean, if you'd have me.
This is a lot more timid than I thought this would be, says Zachary.
Carrion glides right up to Zach.
And you?
Jesus.
Well, he says, unblinking. Or at least he was not shocked by Carrion coming right up to him like that. And he goes, well, you're not completely unfamiliar to what I know, so I'll choose you.
He grins, and he slinks back down into his shady little seat.
Well, Daniel, who are you picking? Forgot you were here, huh?
No, I didn't. I was just gonna fill in whoever picked whoever.
Alright, well.
I'll go last.
Adrian looks over at Liam. Well, I suppose I'll take Fergus? Mr. Derbyshire?
Alright then, I'll take Carrion.
Right. That sounds good to me.
Excellent.
So, do we shake on it?
Of course.
Oh, alright.
After a moment.
Carrion bites his fingernail, which looks a bit like a claw, and then you see a spark of gold spit out, and then he uses his finger to draw in the air vertically a circle, and then a circle within a circle, and he draws out a bunch of sigils, and then he places his claws into the middle and he opens them, and it creates a golden portal, and then he sticks his hand through it, and he looks at Zachary.
Wow, that's really cool. Should have picked him.
Zachary doesn't hesitate and just immediately grabs his hand with a firm grip.
Carrion smiles. A bunch of shadows slip out of Carrion's pale veins and wiggle their way through the golden circle and insert themselves directly into Zachary's veins. As soon as the shadow wisps slither into your veins, you are transported to a place of darkness, surrounded by the comfort and safety of shadow. You gaze out at the world of light, unable to interact, but knowing that you can, at any time, rejoin it. You become aware of a vast network of shadow, and know that you can travel anywhere along this network instantly. You extend your hand out and feel the void extend from your palm. You know this will absorb any harm that comes your way. Where that harm is transported, who knows? Here's what you received from Carrion.
Oh, good.
You received the Boon of Shadows, which is where you can transport yourself through shadow. You can travel anywhere as long as the shadows are connected.
Oh my god.
While traveling through shadow, the body becomes invisible as you are now existing in the shadow plane. While using shadow, your body is safe from any physical or magical harm, but someone can force you to come out of hiding by shining a light on you. It can be used any number of times in battle as long as there is a shadow connecting you to where you wish to go. You cannot attack or receive attacks while traveling in shadows.
I love this for
That's
Zachary.
pretty cool.
Damn.
And then you also received Boon of the Void,
Oh, fuck yes! Is it my
Alright.
birthday?
which is you absorb an attack entirely into a void that sprouts from your hand. Successful every time, does not require a roll. Receive 0 damage from an attack. You can only use this once per battle.
Okay.
Ow.
So he gives that to Zachary, and then Zachary comes out of that shadow place, and he is imbued with all the knowledge of how to travel in shadow and how to open a void from his hand.
Oh my gosh. He takes his hand back.
Cold hands.
He looks to the others.
Daniel's especially concerned since he's up next. What happened?
Have I always been here?
Yes.
I mean, did I not disappear?
Just now.
Daniel looks at them, because from their eyes, Zachary did not. All they saw was he shook hands, and then his eyes went wide.
Wow. I think you're gonna have fun with this one, says Zachary, and he steps back.
Well, Adrian looks over at Liam and he's like, God, I hope ours is good.
The golden circle is still there, and Carrion puts his hand through it again towards Daniel. I don't bite. Go on. And then Daniel takes his hand, and also his eyes go wide with a shock, and then they let go. And Daniel's like, grabs Zach and is like, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
right?
And Carrion kind of waves his hand around in circular motion and absorbs the light into his hand again, and the golden sigil is gone. Fergus shifts, and everyone kind of looks at him, and he realizes that everyone's eyes are on him in the room.
So,
Um,
have you done this before?
no, never before.
Well, neither have we, so I guess it evens out.
Just,
Take
at your
time.
pace.
Alright, I'm gonna go within. Just a second.
Going to go within.
I need to seek guidance.
You need to what?
Let him have his space. I'm sure he'll figure it out.
Alright.
Fergus closes his eyes, and his birds kind of watch him. They close their eyes too, and then suddenly all 4 pairs of eyes open, and they're glowing blue.
Whoa.
What?
Nothing, you look good. Definitely not strange at all.
Did something happen?
You got blue eyes, sir.
I've always had blue eyes.
Bluer than normal.
Don't worry about it. Let's just do the thing.
Alright, okay, alright. He takes a breath, and then he seems serious, and he extends his hand out, and all 3 of his crows fly at him and pull out, one at a time, 3 blue strands of threads.
Whoa.
And you can see this braid going from the middle part of his lower arm to his wrist, and they hover around you,
That is pretty cool.
and he holds out his hand to Adrian or Liam, whoever wants to take it.
Adrian just nudges Liam since he picked first.
Well, you want...
Go on, yeah. You're the angel boy.
Liam has nothing to fear. Go on.
Yes, all right.
Liam can, Fergus is standing up taller and seems more formidable and godly. As if you're kind of contacting the angel directly.
Liam is gonna take a fright.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Right. Yes, let's do it. Very well. Liam steels himself and takes Fergus's hand.
The crows take their blue threads and thread them painlessly into your arm in a braid-like pattern very similar to Fergus's. And when that happens, as the threads tighten along the veins of your inner magic, you are flooded with divine knowledge. You see a blue light emanating a small distance from every part of your body, enveloping it in protection. You feel the ground shake with the sound of hoof falls. Blue light dances into view as a herd of spirit horses gallop past you, the wind and energy of their force lifting your hair and clothes. You know they will defend you at all costs. This is what you've received from Fergus. The Boon of Divine Protection, which is a plus 13 defense to your already 7 defense, so it equals 20 defense.
Wow. Tank boy.
Highly resistant to dark magic. It cannot be compounded with the shield spell in Maggot's book since the magics are incompatible with one another.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you also received Equine Summon. Summon spirit horses to trample your foes. It hits all enemies. You use a D100 to gauge attack, and you can only use this once per battle.
Fancy.
Everyone saw Liam go nowhere, but just his eyes widen with knowledge. And then Fergus kind of seems like he's in shock, and he lets go. and didn't know that was going to happen, obviously. But his eyes are still glowing.
Did it work?
Yes, I should say so. It's alright, it doesn't hurt.
Looked pretty cool.
And then Fergus kind of becomes serious again and straightens up and extends his hand to you, to Adrian.
Alright. Adrian looks at Liam again for one more sort of confirmation.
It's alright.
Okay. Then he also takes Fergus's hand.
And then the birds tie a bunch of shining blue braids into your network of magic, and you are flooded with that same knowledge of divine protection and spirit horses.
Alright.
Can Zachary immediately duck into one of the shadows and come out a different shadow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He does. He looks to one of the corners and he comes out of one of the corners of the rope and he goes boom, and he goes,
Holy
"That
shit.
was the coolest thing that has ever happened to me." And he is just looking at his hands wow. Oh, it's really a shame that this is going to go away after all this happens.
Is it?
Well, if you kept your pack, perhaps it doesn't have to.
Yeah, but worshipping you seems questionable.
Oh.
But I do appreciate the assistance thus far.
May it serve you well.
Yes, I think it shall.
It's pretty sick as hell.
Zachary, I've never seen you look this elated.
It just feels so natural. I don't know. I like it.
Whoa.
He sort of shakes his head. Well, no, not in a weird way. He starts shaking out his hands.
Just, I don't know. I haven't seen this side of you before.
Sorry.
You'll certainly have an easier time avoiding the menace this way.
I sure hope so.
Yes.
Jump into a shadow.
As long as he doesn't see me do it, too.
Yes, that would make you very suspicious.
Not many people disappear in shadows within the church.
All you have to do is run around a corner and then poof, you're gone.
I forgot something. Your jewelry.
Right. Zachary takes out the one ring he has and he gives it to Ryan.
It drops through Ryan's hand. Oh, and you see it splash like water, and then he catches it with his other hand. And when he opens his fist, you see kind of a black shadow flame coming off of it, and then it disappears. And then you see burning a little sigil. And staring at it, for some reason you can tell this is Carrion's sigil. It is a line struck down from the top to the bottom, so it's slightly thicker at the top. And then there's a bit of an S curling around it, and it goes... There's a big loop on the left, then a medium loop on the right, and then it ends with a small loop on the left again. And then it trails down into a little tail.
Wow, that's still cool as hell.
Right, thank you. He pockets it. What happens when...
They do it
to Fergus, yeah.
And wait, Daniel's jewelry too.
Fergus's eyes are not glowing anymore. And he says, I don't know how to do that.
You don't,
That's all right, I'll handle it.
Well, wait. It'll
still work. It's still neutral magic, and the ring isn't making the pact. Only you make the pact, so we've gotten all the boons we need from them. They're just...
Just a moment.
Fergus's eyes turn blue again, and then he reaches for your jewelry.
Right, okay. Adrian
I was wrong.
just plops the, 5 pieces of jewelry he's got.
It also kind of drips like water through Fergus's hand, and he catches it on the bottom in very similar motion to Carrion, and when he opens it, it glows blue, like blue flame, and then it disappears, and then his little sigil is on it, and you can tell that this is Fergus's sigil. There is another line struck down from the top to the bottom, so it's thicker at the top and it trails off, and then a tiny little cross perpendicular to that, so that it's kind of like a crucifix, except if the top part is really, really tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this little jutting part off to the left that branches up, kind of like a tree, and then it swoops down at a 90-degree angle in a curve. So those are their sigils. And staring at it, you two know that this is Fergus's true sigil of his true name.
All right.
Somehow.
Wow.
Well, good show. You managed to do it. Does that boost your confidence?
He shakes his head and his eyes stop glowing blue. What?
Oh,
Never mind.
That was not you.
Yes, it was.
Right.
Well, anyway, thank you. Good job.
You're welcome.
Zachary's kind of excited because he thinks, when they heard the words "just a moment," that wasn't Fergus talking, that might have been the angel talking. And he's so excited about everything that's happening.
It did have a very assured tone to it.
Yeah.
That you had never heard from Fergus.
So he was pretty sure that wasn't Fergus.
Well, I should leave you to your devices then. Maybe some practice.
Zachary sort of sheepishly smiles and tucks his hands away, because he had been kind of staring at them.
You should be able to get into the church now with any type of magic you bring. I understand you have Mass to prepare for tomorrow.
Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateres as Zachary Wilkos, cast as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.